hopefully you guys reach out and give us your input on what you think's going on. And welcome back, because this is Drinks and Toys. Wheezy, welcome back, man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. This is part of my show. So glad to be here.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, guys, for all of you that are joining us for the first time, thank you so much. This is Drinks and Toys. We're here to salute anything you got in your cup, whether it's sweet tea or, in my case, some vodka. Mr. Wheezy's got some Crown going on over there.
Yep.
We like to have a good time, and if we get a little funky, that's okay. We're just here to have a good time, talk about toys, and hopefully talk about what you guys want to hear about, address some issues, and maybe even just have a great time and talk to guests if they happen to come on board, what have you. But we'll do some shameless plugs later, talking about Collector's Hideout, Shellhead Toys, you name it. We'll talk about it later on. But first and foremost, this NECA shit is insane, man. Like, it is like the rumor mill of rumor mills. I feel like a fat girl in 8th grade, like trying not to talk about the other chick who took my man to prom or whatever, 8th grade prom. It's just crazy, man. Like NECA's doing these mystery loot boxes. I guess you call it whatever. I don't want to call them loot crates, but these mystery boxes. We talked about it last time, but I feel like this is all worth another chat. So these mystery boxes where I got a turtle one, I got a horror one, and I got some really cool stuff in mine. And then I know Wheezy got some cool ones, and we've seen some other cool ones. And people are 100% all of a sudden associating this with, oh, NECA's going out of business, right? That was a rumor, 6 months ago or something?
NECA, I mean, people pissed off at NECA for, an absorbent amount of reasons, apparently. But yeah, as of recent, it's, NECA's going out of business. That's why they're doing all this and that. It's insane.
Yeah, so there was that, and then there was what the hell was the other thing? Because they were doing the $5 or $100 thing. They're like, oh, they're trying to stay afloat, man. That's 5 figures for $100. They must be trying to stay afloat. Well, it's all the same. I don't say all the same crap, but it's all the non-sellers, the shelf warmers. It's whatever NECA has on hand that they're trying to move and make good on. And I can't really fault them for wanting to do that.
Yeah, no, I couldn't either. I wouldn't fault them for it. I mean, most companies do this in some fashion. Walmart's, Target's, they sell it to Ross, Burlington Coat Factory, whichever place they want to go to. They sell it that way to get rid of everything. You know what I mean? NECA,
yeah, for sure.
NECA, smaller companies, like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can recoup some of the costs by selling them this way, just to get rid of the merchandise that's old. Get rid of it this way. See what happens. And to me, it seems like a logical step to do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Very well could be.
I agree 100%, man. Like, it's like, okay, is it everything everybody wants? No. If you're a new collector, first of all, it's a great way to get into the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. And second of all, I get it, man. They're a company. At the end of the day, NECA is a company. NECA is a business. Yes, they're about their customers. As much as people want to argue, that might be a bad thing to put out there into the universe. I'm sure people are like, Shellhead, no idea what you're talking about. You're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, NECA, at the end of the day, do they have bad customer service? Yes. We all know that. They have customer service opportunities. Their product has opportunities, okay? But they also produce in mass quantity. I get it. So my biggest beef with NECA would definitely be customer service, but at the back of it, they're still a business. And so they are simply saying, okay, we have this abundance of figures. We can pass the savings on along to our collectors and give them the opportunity to buy in bulk, or maybe buy a couple key figures that they don't already have. And I don't think that's wrong. I don't think they're doing anything wrong by doing that. It's no different than AliExpress, truthfully.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a theory that NECA has their own AliExpress store, but that's a whole different conversation.
Maybe it's not, man. We got a lot of time. All right. So I got my NECA loose box, and I got a quarter scale Toon Mikey. I have the same crate mirrored by like 2 other people already. I got Splinter as Von Helsing. I got a couple of the Archie Comics toys. I got the frogs because, whatever. I got another foot soldier because, we sold the last fucking 10 or 12 of those at the last show. And as soon as I opened the box, I'm like, oh, Christ, another foot soldier. But I had a foot
That's what you
soldier.
want. Everybody wants more foot soldiers.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. When we sold all those, I was so happy. And I'm like, I got another foot soldier. I got the frogs. I got the punk. What the hell is it, man? With not Zack and Smash, but the other ones, the Crooked Foot Gang.
Oh, yeah,
I
those
got
guys.
those. Yeah, I got
Yes.
those. I got the farm 2-pack because who the hell needs another Casey in a 5th April? And then I got the Channel 6 news set, which I had like 5 of those in the beginning. Thank you very much, Stuart McIntosh. And finally got rid of those, and I was down to like 1, and now I have 2 again. So, yeah.
So, because we're trying out something new with the streaming, right? We're on the Facebook. Well, how old am I? The Facebook. We're on Facebook, and we got 2 different live streams going on YouTube right now. We've got Gustavo Zelaya is in our new attempt on the YouTube's stream, but his chat's not coming over on our side that you can see it. But he's asking, do you think NECA should be more higher quality because of their brand or no?
So how do we get Gustavo on here?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But he is asking, do you think NECA should be more higher quality because of their brand?
You know what, Gustavo, to your answer, yes. I do think that they should hold a little more ownership in the quality of their products, man, because when you've got Super 7, who, if I'm sure it's out there, quality control issues, I have yet to see a Super 7 figure show up and like, oh, he's got 2 left arms, right? Or, hey, its jaw fell off, or whatever it is. Super 7 has by far surpassed my quality expectations, where I'm a diehard fan of the line. And truthfully, had I known about Super 7 before NECA, I probably would have never touched the NECA lines. Even being a Turtles completist, I would have said, as cool as that is, I don't want those issues, even though I'm an inbox guy too, right? So I never should really experience those issues because I'll never open it to see it. But Super 7 has far surpassed NECA in my opinion. And Loyal Subjects is, although inferior quality, is making a better figure. I think NECA, we should expect more for what we're paying. I don't think it's a bad company, but I do think they've kind of lost their way. And I do think a little bit of the quality control has just been so blindly overlooked that the consumer is starting to feel those backlashes.
You've also got Nicole saying hi in the chat.
Nicole, how are you? This is all from YouTube?
Yeah, from the our event YouTube page stream thing.
I can't see any of this. That's a bummer.
Well, if you bring up the tab like I showed you earlier, where you had that black screen, you can see it as well. I have a double split screen right now.
So, team, I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and try to be in the same spot Wheezy is, so I can respond to your.
That's why I'm the producer, baby. No.
Chats.
So, I've always held NECA to a higher quality, right? Because I feel they're a higher quality figure than a Hasbro figure. They're usually bigger. To me, they're more detailed. There's a lot more to them. A lot of the complaints that people have about them, with it comes to like them breaking as soon as they come out of package, I've never experienced that. I can't say it doesn't happen because plenty of people say it does. So I can't say that they're lying, but I've just never had any personal experience with that happening. So as far as I'm aware, they are a high quality. Now they're not, Mondo level or even Mezco right now with the stuff they're putting out in their was it 1/12 scale, their 1/12 line. Those are very high quality figures. Same thing with a lot of the imports. But when it comes to NECA, I do put them at a higher quality than your average mass produced toy line or toy company. Because, show me anything from Marvel Legends that you're getting the size and the detail of a NECA product. Like, they do great Marvel Legends. They do great comic book characters. But a lot of their live action has been getting a lot better, but there's still a lot they can do.
Yeah. Um, I don't know, man. I think NECA has. Oh, it's gonna come out wrong. I think
Probably.
maybe like NECA has more rights than smarts.
Okay.
So they have all this
Explain.
like what?
Explain.
Well, so they have all these rights to all these lines they're allowed to produce, and I can appreciate that, and that's great. But because they have all these rights, do they need to produce as quickly as they are? In the abundance that they are, like how many versions of a particular figure do we need? I
All of
would
them.
rather what?
All of them.
Well, I would rather them slow down and take the time and make sure that that figure is where it needs to be before they go making another figure. And I think that's kind of the production value problems. Like you've got people that are, you know, ordering a figure. It comes in and they're like, "Hey, this guy's got two left arms. Hey, this guy's paint scheme's off. Whatever it is." And then NECA's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. We're gonna make an ultimate in like 2 months." Well, how about you perfect this one figure before you go shoving another of the same figure out to me with the same inferiorities?
Yeah, no. I mean, I've always been one to say that any company should really focus on what they're good at instead of trying to do more things, right? I mean, I say the same thing about like Burger King. Like you got Burger King, but they always trying to do like chicken sandwiches and shit. And it's like, okay, but master, you know, the burger.
Yeah.
You got the Whopper, be god tier burger with the Whopper. Don't focus on the other things. And once they start focusing on the stuff that they're really good at starts to get hindered, you know. And I can see that being the same case with NECA or any toy company. They start focusing too much of their, and it takes away from what their bread and butter is, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally 100% see that. Um so as far as like the rumor mill is concerned, so we're hearing all these crazy ass rumors, right? Like NEC is going out of business and NEC is going to have all these other problems and so on and so forth. So the only thing I could foresee being a problem, and we talked about this on the last one, is that if NECA continues to produce and ship product to people, um, but not satisfy those that have others have ordered. So, like, let's say I order, I guess the Donnie's Lab is the best excuse, right? I order
Yeah.
Donnie's Lab, you order Donnie's Lab, I get two Donnie's Labs, and NECA sends out that stupid email that says, "Hey, you need to pay us for that Donnie's Lab you didn't pay for." Is it really my fault as a consumer, or is it NECA's fault? And where does the blame start to take effect, or the responsibility? Because if I'm NECA, I want to take care of my customers who are keeping me afloat and go to somebody like you who ordered the Donnie Lab. It's not your fault that NECA sent it to the wrong person, and they owe you your lab. It's up to them to deal with me on the back end, not the reverse.
Right. I mean, that whole thing. I'm getting even more into the point of I don't think it's anywhere near as big as
Grandiose as
people
people
are.
make it sound.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it died. Nobody's gotten emails again. You know, the same though, the first like 3, 4 people showed off these emails. Then the second email came in, a couple people showed off that email, but nobody else has gotten emails. Somebody showed that they got the credit for sending it back, right? But like I don't think it's really that big of an issue. It's just the internet going nuts with it. Um, but Nicole, you can't see the comments, right? Yet, Tony?
I can't see anything. I might be doing something wrong.
No problem. So Nicole says, talking about Kohl's and stuff like that, I swear it's the place where figures go to die. So once they leave the clearance and they get sent out to Kohl's, Ross, and all them, it's where figures go to die. And I don't know if that's accurate because as soon as those figures seem to hit Ross and they're, $10 for Legends or what, $18 for a Super 7 figure, collectors go out like a mad people hunting in Ross's to buy them at those prices. And like they get like a resurgence almost. Like everybody wants the old shelf warmers all of a sudden.
So Wheezy, I'm under the not to cut you off, but I'm under the YouTube for the page. I'm not seeing.
Go to studio. Remember, go to studio and then go
Yeah, I'm under it.
go to content, go to live. And then you should see the show, and then you just click on it like you want to view it.
I am, but I don't see.
But then you also have Steve, the Steve Show, commenting that every single NECA package he's ever got came damaged. Hence why he doesn't order from them anymore. So, Steve, are you talking about directly from NECA? Because their shipping most of the time is very lackluster. They just throw it in a box, maybe with a couple pieces of paper, and let it go. And I've definitely had situations like that with them where the package came damaged. I don't collect in package, so a damaged package does not bother me. I just rip it out of the package anyways. So, but they do have some pretty crappy shipping.
So I am trying to like crazy get on here. So,
but as far as the rumors, while you're still trying to figure that out, Tony, as far as the rumors, it's like people, I don't know, because the whole mystery box, everybody's saying that NECA is going out of business, and it's really that's not it. But I jokingly said in our group chat with Johnny that it's like, let's make up a fake rumor and see if we can spread it and see how far it goes. And the rumor I was jokingly making at the time was, all the stuff that's coming in the packs for the mystery boxes, we're going to wind up being all this stuff being sent back from Target because, NECA's losing their partnership with Target. It's all being sent back, and now they're selling it to us in these mystery boxes. And that's turned out to be kind of true.
I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%.
True. Not that they lost the contract or they lost their partnership. I think they're just pulling out old product from Target, because the other day I was in a Target and they had brand new product there. They had the Toonie Terrors, Universal Monsters. Those hadn't been around in my local stores at all. They just popped up. Like, some newer product is just showing up. But the old stuff, it really seems like the mystery boxes is full of that. And I say that pretty sure. So Steve says.
So I'm on here live. You see Steve talking?
Yeah. Steven, and Nicole are talking. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, I'm running into an issue. Guys, let's take a 2-second timeout here. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing anything. Do you guys see my test?
I don't know where you're typing, my man. Are you looking at the YouTube studio right now?
Yes, I'm in YouTube studio. Let me go back. I'm going to go back all the way just to get back where I need to be.
There you go. Good idea.
All right, so click on YouTube, like my channel. Go to YouTube studio.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then there's a little thing that says go live.
Well, no, you should see where you should just go to the tab that says live, like your live recordings. It should show that something's recording right now. You go to content. I don't have the option. Go to content. Then from content, click the live tab. But yeah, so Steve says that they're just clearing the warehouse because they can only store so much TMNT stuff. You're not wrong.
Right. So what am I doing when I'm in there? I apologize, guys. I want to be on this board. Like, I want to be on board and talk to you. So I see the chat. Do I click on view in the live control room or just click on the thing?
You see the chat now. You see everybody talking.
No, I'm in the channel content.
Channel content. Okay, then you click on the video. You should see where it says live. Shellhead. You should see the one that says.
There we go. Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Woo.
We're good.
So Steve, you're not wrong, but they are sending out stuff that they got returned from Target. Well, I can't say it's from Target. It's from some vendor. And the only reason I know that is because I received a horror box, and a sci-fi box. And in the horror box, I received the American Werewolf from London, or is it England? Whichever one. The actual wolf, the big ass box with the wolf. And I'm looking at it, and all of his legs aren't in those little rubber band holders that are in the plastic container. They've all been cut. Not like they were just like kind of, they fell out of the plastic. They've all been cut. And then one of his legs is broken, floating around in a box. So that to me says that thing has been taken out of package because the rubber bands were actually cut and it was put back in package and returned somewhere. And then I also got what is it? The gamer gremlin. The box was kind of open, but he had accessories missing, like the hat was missing, and one of his legs were broken, and the broken leg was missing. So like those things were returned from somewhere, whether it be Target or Walmart or another vendor, whatever, but it was returned from somewhere. But in true fashion, I emailed NECA about it because on their thing it says that's supposed to be unused and new product. The boxes will just have damage. I emailed them about it. Within like 30 minutes, they emailed me back. They're working with their warehouse and they're going to send me out more stuff to compensate for the broken items. So wasn't expecting them to even respond, but they did, which is really dope.
So I guess to Weezy's point, like, so my box came with, like I told you guys earlier, it came with the Archie Turtles, but I got a quarter scale Toon Mikey. And so quarter scale Toon Mikey was almost the entire box cost by himself. They were what, 125 or 127 when they first came out?
Yeah.
And he might be down to 99 if you can find him on sale. So if he's $99 plus the Cat Girl from Channel 6 April set, I got my whole collection and my whole box and there's some just in those two items. And so of course I got the other items that even if I resell them, which you guys all know, Shellhead Toys, Weezy and I, that's what we do. We're collectors, but we do resell some of these things. And so even if we resell this Toon Turtle box or just Turtle box in general, we're going to make back everything we spent and then some. There's nothing in the set that I needed to keep. I have it all. I was actually hoping to get the baby turtles to resell because they're a really good resale piece, but everything I got was kind of a burn commodity, I guess you could say, with the exception of the quarter scale Mikey, which if I didn't have two of them, I'm an inbox guy and an out of box guy. So, well, mostly inbox, but my inbox Mikey, and then I have an out of box Toon Mikey because I had to open them. So to have a third one, it doesn't do me any good unless I'm going to make like a Toon Ronin or something. I don't know, but I'm not good at stuff like that.
So a couple things in the chat that I want to highlight, and we can go on to that and dance around topics is completely fine. Nicole wants to talk about how there's no Transformers in Walmart or Target right now. I don't pay attention to Transformers. Is this an accurate statement? I walked past them. I just continue through.
So what? So Nicole, you mean there aren't any, or you mean there's nothing you want to dabble in? Because right now there's plenty. I want the Honkai Star Rail Acron. I have no. Are you? Is that French? What did you just say? Honkai Star Rail Acron. Did we talk about chocobos the other week?
We did. That sounds familiar.
Well, I feel like Nicole was the chocobo bandit.
Okay. But
not sure, but all right.
But yeah, like I said, I haven't noticed. I don't pay attention to Transformers when I walk in the aisle. I haven't noticed anything in the aisles being like empty. So that at least stood out.
There's basically no boys section in Walmart.
Man, Nicole, your Walmart sucks.
Bro. So I will say this. The Transformers you are seeing in Walmart right now are, and I'm going to throw this out there. I could be completely wrong, but I'm speaking to basically bash a little bit of Hasbro. Hasbro right now was like, we're done with 2024. You guys are getting what you got on the shelves. Let me sell that shit through Christmas because we're coming out swinging in 2025. They've got few by importer just have show. Yeah, exactly, Steve. So coming out 2025, you've got Superions coming out. You're going to have all of the The Missing Link Transformers are coming out from Hasbro. Now, those are online exclusives. They're not going to be in the store, but you're going to see a lot more of those type of figures coming out from Hasbro. I think they're weeding out the 2024 line. They're bleeding it all out. It's done. It's going to be clearance. They're going to give you a whole new line of figures to buy. I wish Playmates would follow suit. We're getting stuck with a lot of garbage on the shelves, a lot of turtle shelf warmers, whether it be the Mutant Mayhem figures. That stuff is just getting redonkulous. I'm not a Mutant Mayhem fan. I am a Turtles fan, but I'm not a Mutant Mayhem fan. And there's way too much garbage on the shelves and way too much repetitive Playmates junk on the shelves. I feel like predominantly Turtles of Grayskull seems to be the one thing that's hitting the shelves, moving in, and keeping the flow going on. But not so much anything else. Is there any figures you want? Yes. Oh, yes. So third party, not Hasbro. I do want the Hasbro Superion. I want that just to say I own it, and then I'm going to sell it. I can't help it. I did the same thing with Menasor. I bought the Legacy Menasor in its entirety in separate parts because I enjoyed the collecting of it. Then I bought the gift set, and I have sold both, and I will do the same thing when it comes to Superion. I ordered 2 of each. I'm going to open one, put it together, and I'm going to sell it to the show. And then, of course, when the gift set comes out, I'll be all up in arms about it because I love gift sets, and I will sell it. So, agreed. Please, can we call the Skibbity toilet in Walmart? Dear God.
Have you
Are you talking to that crazy little poop toy?
Yeah, the toilet toy. Ridiculous.
I don't know who Cole is, but she is becoming my favorite. So, yes, I believe that Hasbro right now is selling their Skibbity toys. So, it's going away. Steve Show, I love that third-party Predaking. Well, purple or original colors, Steve? Which one are you talking about? Because I've sold both, son.
Okay. And we've got I don't want to ignore comments, but we lost one from...
I'm sorry, who'd we lose?
From Gustavo. He asked NECA versus Square Enix, Play Art Kai. Are you familiar with them?
No, but I assume he's referring to some kind of like...
Import?
It's an anime?
Well, no, it's a toy company, but they do a lot of like Final Fantasy.
Well, I know who Square Enix is.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Play Archives. Another.
Just ask J5 about his Fortress Maximus. Son, I got like 4 Fortress Maximus in my collection.
Steve said
I'll find out, Gustavo. I'll ask him.
Steve,
so third-party Predaking, Steve, you're talking about that Jin Bao. Oh, Steve. Hey, man, how are you? So, all right. So, Steve Show. This is not Green Ranger Steve. This is the other Steve who bought his from me at Super RetroCon. What was that, Wheezy? Over 2 years ago?
No, no, not at all. Super RetroCon was this year.
No. It was not this year. Year before?
It was this year.
Steve, was it this year or last year?
It was this year. Super RetroCon, where it was a flop. That was this year.
I really feel like it was last year.
Bro,
Steve will tell me.
I've only been living in Winter Haven just over a year, and I was living up here for Super RetroCon.
All right, so it's 4 years ago. Around March, I think. All right, yeah, you're right. All right, never mind. So Steve,
March of 1985.
He knows. All right, so I'm sorry, my timelines are so bad. Yes, Steve, man, dude, good to see you on, man. I really appreciate you, and we miss seeing you at the shows, man. I don't think I've seen you in a minute since you bought that piece. So we hope to see you again. I've got some really cool stuff. I know Wheezy's been pushing me, and we've been branching out, man. We've really been doing everything we can to bring you guys what you want.
Definitely trying.
So very cool.
Nicole, I don't know what the Skibbity toilet actually does. I've just seen the toilet. I've never looked to see what the hell it is, what it does. I can't imagine what the draw is, but it's probably something young kids like. I would assume.
I heard it's a shit show.
I mean, I should get one to put with my Predator.
I ain't got the money. Nicole, I'm going to need you to stop saying I ain't.
Whoa. It's in the dictionary. It's a real word. Calm down.
Steve, I'm sorry to hear, man. It happens, and
He got a new one though. So
hey, brother, you got a new one, so get back at it, get back in it, man. We're here to support you. So anyway, you know what? Screw it, man. Let's talk about some third party stuff. So I have been very impressed lately with the third party scene. I'm not going to give you all my tips and trades and secrets because I tend to do that at shows and I shouldn't, but I will tell you that I've been very impressed. Some of the items that I've been ordering, and Weezy kind of leaves it up to me. I almost called you Weasley. Weezy kind of leaves it up to me to kind of like score some of the product that we're going to have at shows, and just what I think is going to work, and
well, especially when it comes to Transformers, because I don't know.
Yeah, we just kind of make it go from there. And I've been buying some really cool shit, man. I got this Fort Max, who's maybe like 10 inches tall, but it's probably the most detailed and most articulated Fort Max I've ever seen in my life. And I would show it to you guys, but I apologize I don't have it in front of me. And I just been buying like all these like crazy different third-party pieces. And I am so impressed by the quality and detail of some of these toys that I almost understand why most of Asia calls them models. They don't call them toys because they're made so freaking well. They blow Hasbro out of the freaking park, man. You pay, $35, $40 for this one toy through Hasbro. You take the same amount of money and you buy it through Ally or TF Source or wherever, and you get way crazier quality, man. Now, the packaging is not there. It's a crap box. It's a crap packaging, but the figure that comes out of it is absolutely amazing. And so I got to give hats off to these third parties, man, and what they're producing lately. What is a good way to see if something is bootleg or not, Miss Nicole? So that is relative to what the item is. As far as turtles are concerned, Weezy and I are both very familiar with what is bootleg for as far as that's concerned. Usually they're missing labels or the coloring and the what have you is a little bit off, and almost some of that too good to be true mentality. When it comes to Transformers and as far as bootlegs, you have to be realistic. If you're a collector, you know that, hey, I'm not buying an original Optimus Prime for $50, okay? But one of the easiest ways to tell with Transformers, and this is across the board, when you look at the front of the Transformers box, whether it be Decepticon, Autobot, it doesn't matter. You have Transformers, right? So Trans is on top, Formers is on the bottom.
Whoa.
If the F is directly under the A, like meaning lined up perfectly, that is a bootleg.
So when I come down to the idea of a bootleg, I start questioning what are we actually considering bootlegs, right? Are we counting like the that Predator and that Godzilla I showed off last week? That's like Safubi Alien Godzilla. Is that a bootleg, or is that a knockoff, or is that just a random custom? And then you have these bootlegs that come straight out of different Asian areas, but they're usually made in the same factory, painted and detailed by the same people who make the official releases. Sometimes there might be a little bit of a plastic difference because they use whatever plastics they have left over that's cheap versus what the company who actually purchased them provided. But how, like, at what point is it like, oh, it's not really a bootleg, it's just the same shit because it's made and all done by the exact same people who make the official stuff?
So, here we go. Mr. Psycho 21. Bootlegs are items that are not made by the company that owns the IP or by a company that was not licensed to make the figure by a licensed holder. So
just to give you an idea, Tony, so you know who Mr. Psycho 21 is,
that's
John, who is going back and forth with you about Mega Man on one of our previous shows.
Yeah, okay. He knows nothing about Mega Man.
I won't put last names out there, but so
yeah, he doesn't know Mega Man. I got you. So, no. To his point, that's great. So, third party, I wouldn't necessarily call it a bootleg. I would say third party is more of like their rendition of a character, because I have never seen a third party company make a figure that was supposed to be identical to the original, I would say knockoff. It wasn't back and forth. I was correct. I love him. so, so I would say when you buy a crazy knockoff, I guess, of like Menasor or Superion, those are true knockoff toys, right? It's a not a bootleg, it's the knockoff. It's the original mold, original toy made with inferior plastics and so on and so forth. I think a bootleg is more like we added something different. So
Because
now
like,
it's a bootleg figure.
so what would you call this then, right? So say a company's like, oh, I'm gonna take this raised stance
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna break it apart and make molds of it and then produce our own version of the exact same thing. Would that be a bootleg, a knockoff? I think it'd be a knockoff or a
I
bootleg.
call it a knockoff. If they did something where they went ahead and said, okay, this guy's got, I don't know, I'm just going to make something up. His face is sculpted a little differently. I'd say that's a bootleg. I say knockoff is anything where it's like the same exact toy, the same exact sculpt, but they went inferior somewhere where they didn't have to get like smashed for copywritten.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Because like I've always been curious about that because when you start getting them straight from China and it's made in the same factories and hand painted by the same people who do the official product, like at what point do we like, oh yeah, it's a knockoff or a bootleg, but it's pretty much just as good except the plastic might be a little bit of a difference depending on how far along you got the knockoff in their production process.
Well, it's almost like somebody trying to justify that Mega Man 2 is better than Mega Man 6, when in reality, they know that Mega Man 6 was more superior and a more iconic game. Although Mega Man 2 had a lot of hype, 6 was the choice among speedrunners, and it's okay to be wrong. That's all.
I mean, that's a valid point. It is okay to be wrong. I mean, I've never witnessed it myself, but I'm never wrong, except for all the time.
Quality is yours. Remember the Arkham figures you bought years ago? They fall apart. So I agree. The Arkham figures, the Arkham, when the game first came out for Batman, the Arkham figures were fantastic. So in that regard, Mega Man 2 is not, but that's okay. Yes, Wheezy, go ahead.
No. Arkham figures. They're all right here. All of them.
Oh, do you have them all?
Yeah, I got all of them. So what he's referring to is that I'd purchased Deadshot? I don't know. I purchased some Arkham figure because I couldn't get it at retail, so I bought it online and he came. Everything on him was perfect except his forearm was like loose, it would fall off like from the joint. And then the second one I bought was no issue at all. So it's like, was it a knockoff? I don't know. Or if it was the first one I got was just a shitty production run. I don't know. But the second one was immaculate. So it is what it is.
I just want to laugh and cry at the same time about Mega Man because this is fantastic. Best banter I've ever had. I'm gonna excuse myself for 2 seconds.
Oh, Jesus. Why? Why are you gonna leave me?
I gotta go to bed. I gotta pee, dude. What do you want? We're live. I gotta piss.
It's been 30 minutes. How old are you? Jesus.
I apologize. You know what? I'll just let it go now. It's fine.
Just pee on the floor.
I got wood floors. It's fine. We can clean
Be like
it
a
up.
trucker. Grab a bottle.
Oh my god.
Nicole, they do third-party figures without getting hit with copyright because they are in a different country. Is most likely the reason. U.S. laws don't really translate overseas well.
So it also takes very little, right? So if you change the color even remotely, if you change the name even remotely, that is a totally different concept, totally different figure, as stupid as it sounds. That's why you're able to buy. I'll give you a case in point, man. There's about 75 freaking renditions of Jetfire. And yeah, he's not wrong. Well, meow meow. So there's about 75 renditions of Jetfire, whether it be Hasbro, third party, what have you. And so the image of Jetfire can be distorted in so many different ways. And of course, they don't get hit for that. And I guess it's because of colors, names, what have you, you name it. I've bought so many different G1 figures in a superposable form that have been sold through Ally, been sold through all these third-party companies because they can get away with it. It's not the same name. It's not the same figure 100%. You recognize it because it looks like the figure you would own or that you purchased from Hasbro, but it is not the same figure. And because of that, they're able to get away with it. I guess the best case in point is I'm old, right? I'm going to be 44. So back in the 80s when I was a kid, when you had Shockwave, Radio Shack, for those of you who remember what Radio Shack was, anybody out there remember what the hell that company was?
I mean, I'm old. I do. Yes.
So Radio Shack had their own version of Shockwave, and he was gray. And I think, don't quote me, I think his name was Radio Man. Something so stupid. But he was gray, and he was Shockwave. He was the same exact mold, same product, same plastic quality, everything, except he was gray. And they were able to sell him as a different character, and they did not get sued by Hasbro because he was called something different. He was colored in a different color. So you could steal that. If you guys ever watched the Toys That Made Us, which I'm a huge fan of that fucking show, and I hope it keeps going, and I'm sad that I haven't made any new episodes. If you ever watched the G.I. Joe episode, I never knew this, man. I never knew this. In G.I. Joe, the crazy amount of Devastators are out there. So, Steve, you're absolutely correct, man. So with the oh my god, Nicole, I love the double joints. Feel so good to see them. I got Cloud. Has nothing to do with Chocobos, Nicole, but that's great. So with G.I. Joe, when they first made those figures, they had actually gotten into it with another toy line. I can't remember what the hell the other toy line was, but when they molded them, somebody tried, I think Mego tried to steal the line. I think, please, I'm not quoting. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I apologize. I want to say Hasbro did it. Mego tried to do it. I don't know if it was vice versa or whatever. But what happened was when they made the Joe, you had the hand. And instead of putting the thumbnail on top, they molded it on the bottom. And so when the other manufacturer stole the figure mold, they made the same mistake.
Damn it, I'm out of fucking...
You're out, man. Drinks and toys. You got to fill it up. So they molded it on the bottom side. So when they did that, they got sued. It was a cease and desist. Hey, man, you're making our toys. Well, of course you are. The shit's still on the bottom side. So kind of crazy, man, how that works with, bootlegs and what have you. Mr. Psycho, they just recently announced a new episode of the show are currently being produced. I believe they also said which toys will be. That's awesome, man. So Psycho, man, I love that show. Not because just the Turtles, not because just of like G.I. Joe. I'm not a Star Wars, I'm sorry. I'm not a Star Trek guy. And my brother Johnny, ironically, Gustavo, my brother Johnny is a huge Star Trek guy. And so when I finally got to watch the Toys That Made Us for Star Trek, I had no idea the shortcomings that happened in the beginning with making those toys because they were so freaking popular. And so it's kind of cool, like, to go through and watch all of the shows and kind of get that nostalgia and that history of how much of a struggle it was for those toys to get produced. And so you start to actually really appreciate it. Let's see. Gustavo, does anyone remember the sound wave that could play music like an MP3? So I don't know about music like an MP3. I know there is a blaster that has USBs produced by a third-party company back in 2003 or something like that. I know that. And then Nicole, do you just want a Chocobo? You're goddamn right I want a Chocobo. All right? It's like a giant chicken mixed with an ostrich. And it's the coolest shit ever. And in Final Fantasy VII was the hardest goddamn thing to catch. So yes, I want a Chocobo.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Sorry. I apologize. I get passionate. Chocobos is one of them.
Oh man, I'm going through. I'm still like making edits and trying to adjust stuff on here. So
in any case, guys, you're so much fun, man. We love when you guys interact. This is the best part. Where we go, Mr. Psycho. I love that show, but it made me want to spend money. Well, that's my life. Love the movies that made us. You know, I tried the movies that made us. The first one I started to watch was Alien, and I don't know why. I think it just moved way too slow for me. It wasn't engaging enough. I really don't know what it was, but Nicole, hell yeah, white Chocobo. All right, calm down. Yellow is the way to go. We don't go white here. That's another channel.
Gustavo has a point. If you want a chocobo,
Chocobo, go to
just go to
KFC.
KFC.
Kasabi, you're correct. Each time I wish it was actually Final Fantasy. You're not wrong. All right, now we're getting into chocobos. You know what? This is the whole thing. I just want a chocobo. I didn't want to start a fight. And now we have a whole thing going on. Chocobo life forever. You know what? I've got that tattooed across my chest. Chocobo forever. Thank you guys. We appreciate that banter. It's awesome. So yeah, so back to the third party stuff. So
I wish we could show the comments. I don't know how.
I know, man.
It out.
I see a button that says share. I just don't know how. Share it to Facebook, I guess. I don't know.
No, the actual comments themselves, like on the screen, so other people can read the comments that later on. But I don't.
Well, maybe when this is done, we don't know, right? We're still in the infancy stages, trying to see how this works.
It's always an infancy stage. We keep trying new
like,
things every show. Like, oh, let's try this. Like, oh shit, infancy stage.
So, Steve, if you Google a chocobo is nothing more than a giant chicken mixed with an ostrich, and it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Not okay, but fan-fucking-tastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic. So, guys, listen, we have upcoming shows. Wheezy and I have not solidified anything with Shellhead Toys. I know we have talked about a couple things. We appreciate you all. We'd love to see you at the upcoming shows. But, Wheezy, what have we really, I guess, figured out, man? Like, what are we... February, March?
For our next, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a great question. I think February is our next toy show. But Nicole wants to know how many figures somebody has in total. I don't know who she's referring to.
Nicole, you're looking behind me, right? This is like one room in 4 rooms in the house. This is a nightmare behind me.
Calm down, Gustavo. I feel like you're older than we are. I feel like maybe you're not, but I feel like you are.
Hey, I'm about to be 44 beautiful years, okay?
Oh, man. Yeah, Nicole, who are you asking the question of how many figures they have? Because really neither one of us can answer that, I guess, truthfully.
Yeah, I've got a shit show in my life. I just got another Voltron in today. I'm like, and then a whole box of mystery crate turtles I didn't need. How long did it take you? Well, not long, honey. I think I used to have a big collection before this. I sold it all off. I got divorced, and now I'm 4 years in.
So here, we'll do some quick math. Nicole says for both of us. So you figure, trying to look at back here. So the aliens back here in this corner, there's about 100 of those. Turtles, there's probably about 200 different turtle figures. The Predators, there's at least 100 Predators back here. Marvel Legends, there's probably about 100 Marvel Legends up there. I mean, I've got thousands once you start adding everything together and all the shit I haven't opened yet that's in the closet behind the computer screen. Don't tell my wife.
I'll tell you what, Nicole. One day, you add me as a friend, I will video you my house. It is a nightmare of toys. And when I say a nightmare, Wheezy will attest to this. There is shit everywhere.
There is. And there's also toys.
On the opposite side of me, let me see if I can do this with my camera. You guys tell me if you see this. You ready? I want to pick it up. This is just the room I'm in. Letting you know.
The art just standing there like you caught him, like, ah.
Multiply that by about 6.
So Psycho said that Wheezy needs to buckle down and start his own toy convention. We'd like to.
So we actually talked about that. So
we have discussed that.
The comment went right over to him and said, nah, not really.
One of the boxes want to go. But yes.
Actually, so Nicole, you want to talk about art? So Miss Rebel Girl, I don't know if you can see it. Sugar.
Sure.
You can't actually. I can't zoom in up in the upper left corner. She actually had some original slash art drawn for me from a guy named Ozzy, who's a fantastic artist.
She's talking about Art the Clown, fool.
Oh, yeah, he's cool. Oh, you have drinks and toys.
Tori's like, oh, art, yeah, I got some cool art here. Like, no, fool.
So we actually have been talking, Miss Rebel Girl and actually Johnny's wife have been talking about it. We talked about doing our own show because I think we're more than capable, more than you know, I don't know, smart enough to do it.
So we want to do a show. A convention would be great. We've discussed it. We've talked about it, and everything we've said makes complete logical sense that it's really not that hard. Recently, we did a show that we didn't host. We vended at it, and for one reason or another, it was not a good turnout. And as we were standing there, we started looking around like, you know what, this really makes us think that we should try and do our own. But we don't want to step on any toes, right? Because we have some relationships built with other toy shows in the area,
I
and we
agree.
don't want them to take it the wrong way, like we're trying to step on their territory or take their business type of thing. Because it's not that. We're two guys who really do love, collecting, and we enjoy going to the conventions and talking with other collectors.
And we love our customers, man. It's a lot of fun. Like, not monetarily. Like, look, man, we're here to get paid at shows, but we have a great time. We really do. Weezy and I both love talking to the customers
God
and just
damn it.
fucking with you guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Nicole said we remind her of her grandpa. And
Oh, good. That's good.
I
That's
don't think
holy
that's a
shit.
bad thing because she says her grandpa used to collect skunks, and Pepe Le Pew had over 500,000 figures. They were on TV. I have to check that out.
Nicole,
But
don't
at
you
the
have school
same
tomorrow?
time, being told I remind somebody of their grandpa, the fact that I'm getting older just hits differently.
I don't even know how to take that anymore. I'm gonna guess she has prom. I don't know.
But Mr. Psycho is right. He and I have discussed doing like not necessarily a toy convention, but we've discussed doing different aspects and different things over the past 20 plus years. But things just, things don't work out. Life gets busy. It is what it is. But, hopefully this is a new chapter. Next year, me and Tony are definitely discussing. Hopefully we can do something. And if we do, the first announcement will be right here for sure. Not some random Facebook post of, oh, look, guys, what we're doing. No, it'll be on our show here.
Yeah, we'll do it on we'll do it while we're talking about one of the lamest Mega Man games, man, Mega Man 2. We'll talk about it right there. It'd be
Or
great.
whatever the new 751st, NECA rumor is. Like, whatever.
So that was this whole cast. Like, NECA is just getting out of control. The rumor mill is just getting really stupid. Next show is February. I think right now, tentatively,
I think
Steve.
it's February because you and I were discussing doing the Bartos show in February, but you said it depends on the toy show if it lines up. So I think February might be a show.
So February, I'm going to be gone the 11th, 12th, 13th, which is during the week. I have no problem setting up for a show that weekend, though, right after Valentine's Day. I can definitely get in on that. Mega Man 2, Paving the Way, there would never have been Mega Man 6.
Well, then in
Motherfucker.
that case, Mega Man 1's the GOAT because it paved the way for Mega Man 2, right?
So first of all, Mega Man 1 was weak. Mega Man 2, it introduced Proto Man, and that's the only reason anybody thought it was a cool game.
I don't know my Mega Man history. All I know is he's a little blue guy that has, a gun for an arm and he shoots splooge out of it at other
Oh,
robots.
Mega Man is a shit. I do not like, though, the 10 and any of those extra games. I don't like when it was like change over the other consoles, like the overseas consoles. I didn't care for it, man. Mega Man lost its luster. I liked Mega Man NES, where you had to actually work for it. Mega Man X. Gustavo, go away. That's terrible.
So is this where you and Mr. Psycho come together and go against Gustavo? Is this like the joy? Like,
No,
oh,
this
you know
is.
what? Mega Man 2, Mega
I
Man
feel
3.
like
Fuck
Mr.
Mega
Psycho
Man.
is my Vegeta, and I am the Goku. I'm just saying. And if you get that reference, you know what I'm referring to.
Show next February, Mega Man.
Gustavo, you might be Krillin right now.
Nicole said, "Hang on, she's gonna go find out."
Go find out what.
When the next show is, I
Oh,
would assume, because that's in the line of the conversation going on in the chat.
gotcha.
Maybe.
Thank you guys so much. By the way, we love the fact you're bantering. We love you guys down here. Mega Man 1 was good, but Mega Man 2 changed the game and solidified it as an actual functional franchise.
I mean, usually the second movie or game does that. The first one's like, a concept. Like, let's do this. Oh, it's great. The second one solidifies them usually as a franchise.
I feel like I need to get out my charts and my manuscripts to explain why that's not the case. What?
I don't know anything about Goku. All I know is that he's trash.
Holy crap. There it is.
Not wrong, is he?
You know what?
Like, Goku is kind of trash.
Krillin got 18, so I'll take it. I got it. Nope, I got it. This, you know what? Fuck it. That's it. You win. That's fine. Oh my god, that's great. Oh. You know what? Screw you guys. So, Steve, glad to hear from you. So, you you don't like the Spirit, and you think it's a retool of the Menasor. Are you talking about because like the way it goes together with the combiner features with the legs on the back, that kind of thing? Because that's the way they were in the cartoon. That's why they're making them that way.
Hold on. So if Goku is the bootleg knockoff Superman, hold on. Aren't there people that are stronger than Goku?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he always ends up killing them.
So then they're not stronger than him if he kills them.
Steve, yeah. You know what, man? I get that, Steve. So I didn't care for the way they did Menasor only because as a kid, I remember the G1 and the way you saw the legs, you saw the cars, what have you. So when they made them and they were on the back end, everybody was like, oh, it's so wrong. Well, it's not wrong. It's true to the cartoon. And that was the point of the figure. So I think they're doing the same with Superion. To be true to the cartoon, they're printing it where the jets go on the back side. And then I need to break down. I'm having zero luck with him. Well, dude, you and everybody else in the world, I've sold him twice already. And he's goddamn impossible to track down for under $100. When I sold my gifts, so I'm going to let you know right now, the individuals are true to the G1 toy. The gift set is true to the G1 cartoon. So when you buy a Menasor gift set, you are buying the cartoon. People don't know that. And when they came to the show, they were asking me, why would I buy all these? Because I have all the others. Well, you're not buying that. You're buying two different things. If you buy them individual, you are buying the G1 toy. If you buy the gift set, you are buying the G1 cartoon. I need to break down. The original Goku and Superman is really similar, but the creator of DBZ even said he took inspiration from Superman. Takira, what is his name? Akira Toriyama? He died like, 5 years ago or something like that?
So does that mean like his opinion doesn't matter? Like, what's that got to do with anything?
I'd love to get my hands on Pepe Le Pew, but they're so expensive, but he is old. Nicole, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that is so random, it's not even funny.
Pepe Le Pew, the skunk from Looney Tunes. Jesus
Christ.
But
why? Like, I don't, what
her grandfather collected it. Keep up with the chat, my guy.
Does the upcoming G2 breakdown work? Yes. So the G2 versions do work. It is just a color scheme. So, Steve, to answer your question, you can buy all the G2 colors you want. They will all fit. Like, there's a drag strip in black that will fit as well. Grandpa had a freestanding figure of Pepe Le Pew that was
a 3-foot standing figure. 3 foot.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
her grandfather collected Pepe Le Pew. Keep up with it, man. She wants to get a Pepe Le Pew. And
the last time somebody talked about skunks as much, they meant weed.
And that was like, Nicole, do you come to the shows that we attend at all? Out of curiosity.
Who was it towards?
What?
I didn't hear you were addressing. Who you were
No,
addressing?
no, I'm just asking Nicole if she comes to any of our shows that we do at the toy shows. If she's by chance a patron of the
Nicole, is
show.
it? Are you in Gustavo a thing?
I
Not
don't
being funny. Is that your tag?
I don't know names because
It's fine. Ooh, she's mad.
okay. Oh well. You know when a woman says it's fine, that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
Shit
I
is
got
really
one.
not
When she
fine.
says it's fine, shit's real. Oh, thanks. I didn't know about it. If it fit mentor. No, not my husband. No, my husband introduced you guys.
Oh, okay.
What did we do with your husband? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I've got an idea.
Kill Gustavo?
No, I
Oh.
think just talk.
All right. All right. So Steve, yeah. All right. There we go. All right. Thanks. Yeah, man. It will, man. Any of those figures, any of those G2s colors, they will fit. I'm not really sure why they did it. It's pretty cool. I wish they would have done it for all the characters because a whole G2 Menasor would have been awesome. But yes, those characters will fit. So it doesn't matter as much as it sucks. If you need to do one to offset a color just to complete Menasor, you can. So I will tell you when Hasbro dropped the Superion figures, I did two of everybody. I did two of Slingshot, I think it was. Stop me. Two of I can't remember the guy with the black jet. I cannot remember his name. I apologize. And two of Silverbolt. So I made sure to order two of each because I knew what was going to happen is what happened with the last set, which was you couldn't get them all. So people would lose their shit when you had one of the pieces they needed. And so they would buy excuse me, they would pay over and above what it was supposed to be. Got my husband in the G.I. Joe trip. Nicole, you talking about the one that was Sergeant Slaughter? Tony sounds like he needs his rocking chair so he can tell you all the kids walking. All right, you son of a bitch. You kids. Yes, I'm an old bastard. Have you seen it? If so, what do you think of it? So if you're talking about the one that was Sergeant Slaughter's Triple T tank, I have it. I don't open things because I'm an inbox guy, but I will tell you the reviews were not disappointing. It's a very cool toy. The only weird part was the fact that the figures were so close together, it was almost uncomfortable to put them on it. So you have the figure, which is supposed to be cup, and on the back of it, there's like a little place to put the figures. So you have Sergeant Slaughter, and then his supporting character was right behind him, but he was very right behind him. So it was like meow, meow, meow. It was way too close. Very cool toy overall, though.
Whoops. Making all kinds of noise. That's what I do.
Nobody? That was all I had.
No, I'm trying to figure out who Nicole Santorini is.
Gustavo's wife is what I'm gathering.
Is it your gathering?
No, I got it. I'm pretty sure she said yes.
Oh. Well, no, because if that's the case, what I want to try and do.
What about the two in the box?
If Nicole is a one of our patrons, if she comes to the shows, I'll actually want to try and see if I can get time to 3D print her a Pepe Le Pew.
Nice.
And she can have a Pepe Le Pew. You know what I mean?
What about the two in the box? Psycho, what do you mean two in the box?
Bro, he's talking about the HasLab, son. This motherfucker right here.
Oh.
This big fucking box.
By the way, yes, Gustavo and Nicole, they're married.
Oh. But yeah, this box. It's the PKE meter and the ghost trap from Hasbro.
I don't think I ordered that. I don't think I think I passed on it.
I feel like you did.
You feel like I ordered it?
I feel like you did, but if you did, you should have gotten it by now. So maybe you didn't. But I feel like you did.
It's not my room. I don't think so. Who knows? I order so much shit. Who knows?
Apparently, Psycho wants to talk about this fucking big ass thing.
Do it, man. Let's go.
But I don't want to piss people off. I've had it for like a month, because I'm an influencer. So, Hasbro sent it to me early, you know. That's not true at all. They did not. I, I got mine like I got mine on Sunday. Like I was out of town. I was away from the house, and I get a notification that FedEx is delivering it and needs to be signed for. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm not at home. I didn't know I had to sign for this damn thing. So my neighbor saw it, and she ran across the street and signed for it for me. I mean, I could open this thing real quick and see what it looks like. I haven't opened it yet.
All right, Shellheads, I've tried. I've held it out for another 30 minutes. I have to pee. So can I please put me on hold? I'll be back.
No. You fucking god damn it. Now it's just us. This is awkward. I don't know how to make situations more awkward. So, Psycho, what about the box? What do you want to know? What do you want to discuss? Nope, that's it. All right. Well, actually, a bunch of people got emails today saying their shipments are being delayed till after. Damn, that sucks for them. Oh well, I got mine. Welcome. Yo, that fucking shit is packed nice. I cannot get that out without really putting both hands into it. So, Psycho, have you seen the cheat sheet? There's a cheat sheet going around that came from the Yes Have Some and / Toy Anxiety podcast that was sent out by Hasbro to them. It shows like all the different combinations and all the different things you can do with it, and which like hold the button for this long, it does this feature, it does that, yada yada. Have you seen that sheet? Yeah, no? Oh, cool. So, and Steve, I have no idea what the next Transformer HasLab is. But that being said, oh, look, Tony's back. I still feel that HasLab needs to get on board with doing 6-inch scaled Transformer HasLabs. That's just what I think, and I'll die on that hill.
So, Transformers HasLab. So, I think that they are way too, I don't even want to say obscure, Ben, but I call it obscure, right? Like, so aside from a Unicron, everything they've made this HasLab Transformer has been way too like nobody's on board with it. It's got to be something that caters to the mainstream crowd. So if you tell me, hey, we've got a HasLab Devastator, right? There's so many other Devastators out there, but I'm just throwing this. I'm not saying this needs to be the thing. I'm just throwing it out there. If Hasbro said, hey, here's the HasLab Devastator, that is more catered to people who don't even really know Transformers, but they know who the hell Devastator is. So if they want to make money, if they want to like capitalize and cash in on the crowd, they're going to make something that is popular. But they're not doing that. They're doing like Robots in Disguise, or they're doing Power of the Prime, whatever the hell it is they're trying to do, which is totally I say a third party, but it's not a Transformer that, I'm going to be 44. I'm your collectors group. I'm your buyers group. I'm that part of your group that's buying these toys for that amount of money. I don't give a shit about Robots in Disguise. I want Gen 1. I want something that's close to that. So when you make a HasLab that is, Robots in Disguise, Optimus Prime, I'm like, all right, that's cool. I don't really want it. You're way too far out of your wheelhouse. You have to look and say, okay, who's spending money? Well, it's the 35 to 45s. It's that group that is spending the money and buying your expensive ass toys, not your less than 35s or what have you, because they don't even know what the hell the show was. So that's where the money is, and that's what they should be catering to.
So
I want a new Leo Kaiser. Steve, go home. You're drunk.
What the hell the Leo Kaiser is? Is that like the guy
I know who it is. I know who it is.
Oh, I thought it was Leo Getz.
Beast Wars. I agree. Beast Wars. It doesn't even have to be a HasLab Rampage, but Beast Wars, if they did a Beast Wars set, let's say they made a gift set. So they did the original ones. They did Optimus Primal, they did Rhinox Rat Trap, and they did oh Christ. Megatron, Pterosaur, and I cannot remember the other supporting character. I want to say Scorponok. If they did those, they did a gift set through HasLab, that would be worth purchasing.
So what if they get away from the HasLab aspect of it, right? And go the Marvel Legends route, where it's like a pre-order, but it's not a HasLab where they're going to come out no matter what. You just have a chance to pre-order it. The way they did, you might not know because you don't really do Marvel Legends, but this is the way they did Dragon Man recently. They're like, oh, we're going to do this. Just put your orders in and we'll make it. So it's not the HasLab, but it's like a $80 to $90 figure versus being a $500 action figure. But it's still massive. No?
Yeah.
That's it? Great.
Yeah.
Riveting conversation. I appreciate that.
I mean, we're stuck in HasLabs right now.
Well, no, it's still HasLab-esque because Marvel just doesn't do HasLabs anymore. Or they stepped away and started doing this pre-order system.
So I want to bring up something. Why do you guys think, and give me your opinions, why do you think Hasbro is so stuck on G.I. Joe HasLabs and not Transformers?
Because
G.I. Joe and Ghostbusters.
Well, first...
No, not you. I want to hear from them.
Well, they gotta type and shit. You're gonna have fucking silence? Like, what the fuck?
Boppity boopity. They're responding. They're kind of quick.
But you gotta remember, Transformers is kind of whacking Stokes. So when that happens, they have a much more. See, right there, Psycho says it because they're shelf warmers.
So what's the shelf warmer? Transformers?
Yeah, they suck.
Whoa, calm down.
Come on, let's be honest. Hasbro Transformers. I don't see you buying them shits. I see you buying third party.
You're right.
Them shits are dope. But the Hasbro Transformers are kind of on the shit side.
You're not wrong.
Right? So why would they focus on that when they can make some dope-ass vehicles for G.I. Joes? Or some...
I'm with you, Steve. All right, so Transformers was
some banging-ass props for Ghostbusters.
So, Psycho, I get you, man. So, Ghostbusters and G.I. Joe, right? So, it's very particular to people my age, right? So, like the age that bought those as a kid. My son doesn't give two blinks to a Ghostbuster.
Well, because you raised him wrong.
Well, hold on. He's watched all the Ghostbusters movies. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give two blinks to a Ghostbuster or a G.I. Joe. He does look at Transformers. I agree that recent Transformers haven't been good. They still suck. Kids always, you're 100% right. So my kid will watch those in the store. He won't buy them. He doesn't want them, but he will at least look at them. So if he's looking, there's other kids that are buying. What he looks at is what is most popular. And then he, of course, gravitates towards video games. He likes toys, but he likes what I like. Like he, oh, Daddy, look at this turtle.
See,
he doesn't want to buy it.
You raised him wrong.
Well, he doesn't want to buy it. Well, Turtles is great. He doesn't want to buy it. He doesn't want to play with it. But to my point and what you guys are saying, he is the next generation. He doesn't give a shit about what's on shelf for Transformers or G.I. Joe.
Because Transformers is whack. It's like, oh, it's a car. Oh, it's a robot. Okay, great. Have you seen the movies? The last good movie was the second one with the racist robots. See,
yeah, but you also think Mega Man 2 is better than Mega Man 6, so there's that. But
yeah, Psycho's opinions are very flawed at times.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But Damien, my son, who's the Antichrist, 100% enjoys.
He's actually a very nice kid.
He's awesome. He loves Ghostbusters, but not to the point where he wants the toys in the store. I really just think it's marketing and who's going to buy what.
in all reality, when you come to a movie like Ghostbusters, it's really not a toyetic line, right? You have a bunch of people in khaki jumpsuits. Then you have a dope ass car, and Hasbro, for whatever reason, man, I've been drinking too much. For whatever reason,
You.
whew, bro, I've had more than I've ever had in this podcast. Whew. But for whatever reason, Hasbro's like, oh, we're not making all the ghosts. So how much can a kid really want of, people in khaki jumpsuits? It's understandable. Now, if they were making a bunch of dope ass ghosts, I could see where kids would be like, oh, that's cool. It looks cool. I'm going to buy that. But they don't.
Yeah. Definitely one of those Ghostbusters toys I was getting rid of at the inaugural. First of all, don't start no shit won't be no shit, okay? Psycho, we love you, man, for sure, 100%. You're wrong about Mega Man, but you're right about other things. So, all right. So, what else we got, man? We talked about NECA. We talked about all this crazy shit. What else?
So in the chat, let me go back to it. Find it. Nicole asked, "How much is your biggest figure?"
Oh, well.
So my question to Nicole,
like 6.5 inches.
Is she talking about retail value or what it's currently worth on the secondary market? Because those are completely different things.
100%.
See if she's still watching. She may have thought we were ignoring her and tuned out.
Gustavo, she go away?
I don't know. I haven't seen Gustavo answer in a while either. So maybe, bomb chicken wow wow. You know what I mean?
Oh. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh. Hey, Tony, how do you feel about that Megatron on a dinosaur head named Godzilla? How do you feel about that?
Oh, crap. So, Steve.
That sounds like shit.
That is the dumbest toy I've ever seen. So, look, don't get me wrong. I love crossovers, man. I got hardcore into them. When I saw Megatron as Godzilla, I'm like, oh, shit. We ran out of things to do, and we just go ahead and smush them together. It is a crappy, crappy toy. Please don't buy it. Wait. It is going to go down to like $20 at Ross. It's going to happen.
Hell, if it gets to $20 at Ross, you could probably wait a little longer and get it for $10 at Deals.
So, Gustavo, that's weird. Psycho, Hot Toys. Help me, clue me in, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
How about all the new re-releases Hot Toys is coming out with of their old figures? So they're re-releasing a bunch of their old stuff. Hasbro. Jesus Christ. All right, we need to cut this shit because I am fucking gone. Hot Toys is apparently starting to re-release a lot of their older stuff that they that's kind of been put like in a vault. It's like they don't normally re-release figures. Like they'll release it, they might do a version 2 with a bunch of upgrades and updates, but from my understanding is that they're actually starting to re-release some of their older stuff. Apparently Nicole got a kitten.
She's had a kid? Oh.
Kitten.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, every company should make their figures better, right? So if they made a figure 10 years ago and now it's 10 years later, they have some new technology, new skills, new tricks up their sleeve that make things better, go for it. I feel bad for the people who originally bought it, who might feel like they bought the lesser of the two, but you supported from the beginning to make the new one available, so then buy the new one also. Oh,
so
they're just double dipping. They're like, oh, look, here's Iron Man, but now here's Iron Man with a better sculpt. That sounds like some Hasbro shit. That's what that
sounds like. NECA shit. Here's April. Here's April with better knees.
They've never released her with better knees. Now you have to go to AliExpress to get better knee April.
So, Psycho.
The bootlegs were better knees.
I don't understand the Hot Toys thing. Please give me more information. I'm sorry. I apologize.
They're re-releasing a lot of their old stuff with new sculpts and more and like better updates. So they're re-releasing a bunch of older stuff redone.
So like the tumbler might be like better made.
Talking about figures, you went to fucking vehicles. Like Jesus
Well,
Christ.
yeah, I don't. That's all I know. Hot Toys for making. So
Really? They've done like hundreds of figures that are generally like amazing looking action figures.
So Nicole, you want to talk about huge debate over scalpers, honey? That's a whole other podcast.
What's the debate though?
You know what?
You think that they're good?
We'll hang
people?
on to that.
Because I think they're trash.
We'll hang on to that. We'll pin it, put it on the rooftop, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't know. All right, guys. Weezy, you ready to button this up?
Oh shit! I guess we don't got time. I have time, but I guess Tony doesn't have time.
It's 10:15. Fuck it, we're done. All right, guys. Guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We had a great time. We're here with Mr. Psycho 21, Steve, Gustavo, and Miss Nicole. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys help make the cast go better, man. You give us content. You give us something to talk about. So at the end, of course, Mr. Wheezy is going to put everything in the comments below, but we've got a tag, Collector's Hideout. Please get on board. Check it out. Shellheadtoys.com with all of our Shellhead merch. And Wheezy's going to go ahead and post all that for us.
We still haven't figured that out on live yet, but we'll get
it. Fuck it. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. But guys, thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate you. Have a great night. We'll see you again. Maybe we'll do this on Thursday. I don't know. We'll see if Johnny's feeling better. If not, fuck it. Have a great night, guys. We'll do this again. We'll see you. And as always,
I don't have it. Hold on.
Nutcaps!